Hello, and thanks for joining me. My name is Scott Ssoriero, and I'm a real estate broker associate with Keller Williams in New Jersey. And I just want to tell this story, this doesn't apply to anybody listening, obviously, but I recently had a transaction. I was a listing agent. We had 40 offers in New Jersey, and that wasn't actually my highest. And during the time, I had a lot of very stressed out agents and, including my clients, calling me up all hours of the night. And I get it. They wanted to find out the status of their offer. So, of course, they're going to be a little bit stressed. And with each one, I answered the phone and had a conversation. And, and I get that. So that happens. But the thing that struck me is one of the agents, actually thanked me. And I asked him why. And he didn't even win the bid, his offer. But he thanked me for answering the phone and having the decency to talk to him and, and basically give him the time of day. And I was kind of shocked by that. I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, nobody ever answers the phone. Realtors never get back to me. Or, he's a buyer's agent. Now, I work with buyers as well. I do prefer listings. However, I was taken back. But I'm like, what? I said, that's insane. I mean, agents should be communicating with one another. We're all in the same boat. And he didn't. And he says the agents didn't communicate with him. And, he thanked me. So, then it dawned on me and I realized, looking into this a little deeper and talking to other agents, that it's an epidemic. I mean, listing agents, I know you're busy, especially now in this market, but you have to get back to these agents. They're trying to be fiduciaries to their clients as you are to yours. But you really should get back to them one way or another. If you're not, if you are, please disregard. But and I mean no offense by it. It made me open my eyes to make sure I'm doing it. So I thanked him for the comment. I called him back and we had a conversation, and and it went well. But anyway, it made me think a little deeper about this after speaking to all these agents, and I said, I wonder. We always hear about the statistics of, from, let's say, expired listings, when we call them up and we're lead generating. And we ask them, why do you think your house didn't sell? And, all right, they always blame the real estate agent. We know it's always our fault no matter what. But what do they often say, though? They say lack of communication from the agent. Is it true? I don't know, but it'll never happen to me because I constantly communicate with people I'm working with, especially if I'm lead generating with them as a customer and then as a client. They get calls every day, basically, with status updates. It's not always good news, but it's our job to do it. And, it made me ask that question. I don't always get the deal when I lead generate, and that's fine. But I do have a conversation, and if I realize maybe they're not ready to move at this time, or it's just not the right time for whatever reason, they don't want to sell now, and there's only a few reasons. But if I feel that it's not going to happen, I'll have a conversation. I totally get off of that train, and I start talking to them about their experience with real estate agents and how could I improve and things like that. But it's always communication. It's all I hear all over again. It's our fault. We didn't communicate enough. They didn't know, and they were left in the dark and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's something we should really look deeply into and look in the mirror and ask ourselves, are we doing that? It goes a little deeper. Realtors have hours, right? Do you? I don't know. I mean, that's really up to you, right? We get to run our business however we want. A lot of people won't answer the phone after 7 p.m. A lot of real estate agents. And, you know, and of course their clients down the road, I hear from them that, you know, they were upset by that or whatever. They kind of let the cat out of the bag and let me know they didn't really appreciate that because they may have a question. So what I always tell my clients, when I'm, you know, whether it's a buyer or a seller, or an investor for that matter, you know, after 5 o'clock, no business is taking place. Nothing will happen. So you may feel it's really important, but it really can wait till the next day. And I have this conversation setting expectations so that hopefully it eliminates a lot of these after hour calls. But we all know occasionally there's going to be that very nervous client. Maybe it's a first-time home buyer or, you know, somebody that hasn't sold their house in 30 years and they just forget, or they're just very nervous. And I get that because it's the most expensive thing most people own. And, you know, it's a very emotional transaction. So I totally understand how they feel. And if I get a call, even after having the conversation with them, after 5 o'clock, I've gotten calls at 10 o'clock at night. And I see it's my client calling me, and I'm like, oh boy. Instead of getting upset like some people do, and I hear they do, I don't get upset. I say, man, it must be pretty important to them why they're calling me. So when they call, I answer, usually within one ring. That's just me. Run the business, your business, however you want to. And I find out what the problem is. Generally, it's nothing major, as we all know, but to them it is. And maybe it's something I forgot to tell them or whatever, they misunderstood, who knows. But to them, they're going to be up all night being very upset at me for not answering the phone and putting their mind at ease. So that's why I answer the phone. And generally, it's a quick conversation. I calm them, even if it is something that's serious. I calm them, and then we handle it. And basically, I get them off the phone calm, and I worry about it the next day, how I'm going to handle the difficult situation. You know, if it's an easy one, no worries. But if it's something difficult that I have to deal with, I formulate a plan and I handle it. And that's about it. I mean, realistically, just communicate with your clients. If they feel it's important enough to call you, please answer the phone. If you don't want to, that's fine too. I mean, I guess it's fine, but this is what our clients, our customers and clients are saying to other realtors like me, you know, how they feel they were treated. So just keep that in mind. And with that, happy trails. I wish you a lot of luck. It's a great industry out there. Go out and get them. Have a great day.